Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Sonic Movie Show. My name is Ethan, and with me here on this very merrily fine episode is my friend Devon.
Happy holidays.
Oh, thank you. Happy holidays. Or should I say, Merry Christmas? Because you see, folks, ladies and gentlemen, there's a war that the secularists on the streets are happening to our fine institutions.
What's funny is that half of
I'm
this
kidding.
idea that we're doing today came from the idea of, like, what if a war on Christmas did happen and took out the entire world? And what would remain of
God.
society?
Well,
not really. I mean,
I hope there's Sonic the Hedgehog still in this post-apocalyptic world.
Maybe.
Do you think Santa, because he comes from another time than us, has seen the world change so much that it is technically a post-apocalyptic world for him? Because like people throw that term around and they mean like a radio, like they mean
Mad
Fallout.
Max.
But like all it really is, I mean, like you and I, we live in a post-apocalyptic world. We live in homes that used to belong to Native Americans, and that's all gone. Or like ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, Sumer. Those
And
are all
there is
gone.
literally
They had an apocalypse. They're gone.
There is literally I forget the name of it is, but there is currently an extinction happening as we speak because of like climate change of various species. But why are we talking about this dark shit? All right, it's the holidays.
I just wanted to know because like Santa Claus, he gets up and he goes, and he's always ready, and he has this legion of species that we don't know are real. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, we know they're real in our hearts, but we haven't seen them. You know, elves. And I guess reindeer to an extent, because don't they talk?
My thing is, do you think Santa is lazy or hardworking?
I think he knows when to step up and when to stay out. I feel like he's not someone that's trying to take the spotlight. He does something for the good of all of us once a year. I hope he pays the elves, because then I get to say the entire process.
Yeah, we don't really know. Like,
karmic.
there's been multiple movies and books and whatnot that all have different interpretations of how the elves and Santa work together. So it's hard for me to know if, like, he is, oppressing them.
Yeah, I mean,
like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of questions I have to determine.
There's movies, sure, they're fine. Personally, toss some books, throw them away. Christmas video games, throw them away. My favorite Christmas thing are the Christmas specials. And this is our Christmas special here on the Sonic Movie Show.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had that in my head like the entire time. Thank you very much. What are we doing? Because every year I basically set up a certified banger of a Christmas special. And last year's, I was just so fed up with myself in making that one. I didn't really like the one that we did last year. I was kind of rushing to do it. And so...
you and the producers were having some beef.
Yeah, and like every year, you're terrible
issues.
at it. Just throwing it out there, give you like basic questions.
Well, to be fair, I think they're pretty hard.
Blah, 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 blah.
We did a whole one about Hallmark movies, which none I've ever seen.
The entire point of that one was to teach you over the course of the whole thing how Hallmark Christmas specials work. And it got harder and harder, but like,
I don't think it taught me anything.
Oh, it taught you. It taught you.
It did not.
Anyway,
I know.
I was so fed up with the process of it, and you finally won, I think, because I made it so goddamn easy, because I was also not really, I didn't have, the inspiration wasn't hitting me. So I just, on a whim, my thought was, you get to do the next one. That's your prize. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to do it this year.
Well, I'll say I had two ideas for this. One of them was way more elaborate than what we're doing today.
Okay, so I'm not getting the fun one, I see.
Well, this is kind of like the pilot. I'll say that. This one is a more...
Hope it gets picked up for next year.
Yeah. It gets picked up in a whole year. This is more linear, I'll say, in a way, than the idea I had. And I'll save that in case we do it next year. Yeah, do. Christmas do. But yeah, this thing here is I sent you a kind of screenshot that I have on my iPhone in the Notes app, folks, where it lists doors, then it has green, red, white, then it goes 1 through 6. There's like a little, Excel sheet like that. I know Ethan made
like
a
this one here.
fancy graphic. Yeah, if you're watching,
this is also an Excel spreadsheet.
if you're watching on YouTube, you see this visually. But if you're listening to this, it might be a little tough for you folks. But basically, how this game works, and this is called the Christmas Gauntlet. All right. And like I mentioned at the top, I'm thinking Ethan really likes D&D. He likes role-playing games. So I'm like, we're kind of role-playing in this a little bit. So you have to use the theater of the mind, a.k.a. your imagination. Okay. And you stumble across this temple or maybe old ruins of a past time, a wonderful Christmas time perhaps. And there's 3 doors, green, red, and white. And somehow, if you want to throw in, pretend there's a quest or something involved around this, I don't really give a fuck. You know that there's 6 sets of these doors, red, green, and white, or green, red, and white.
Okay.
And you also know that there's certain rules. And I'm going to copy and paste them and send them to you over Discord. I will read them all off so people know as well. And I will remind you throughout the game, or if you ever have questions throughout it, this is not a game to be rushed. If anything, I hope we take our time with it, because it could theoretically be over in 5 minutes. So
green.
Yeah. The
Am I
first
done?
thing is you can only go through the same colored door twice. So on that third, let's say, for example, you go 2 greens in a row. On that third set of doors, you have to pick red or white.
Okay.
And then let's say you go red, you can then go back to green for 5 and 6. And after completing through those 6 sets of doors, and however way you get to it, there is a final boss. There's the ultimate Christmas question. That is the 7th, and it's just 1 door. All right, you're just going to that one. That is your quest. All right, is to go through this gauntlet, but you choose your own adventure. That's what makes this fun. I hope. It's okay. So there is themes to each one. I'm not going to tell you what those themes are. I'm going to let you figure that out yourself. But there is a strategy to this, because I'm also giving you 3 powers. See, it's like magic. Role-playing games, okay? You're getting 3 powers. The first one is Power of Reduction, which is you get to remove 1 answer from the set of 3 answer questions. I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler there, is that each door, has a question to it.
Yeah.
And it's multiple choice.
Okay.
A through C. And that power lets you remove one of those answers. So it's probably one or the other.
Okay.
So if you're really struggling, that might help you get to... That's me picking it, by the way. I'm just going to pick a random one.
I was going to joke and say, do I get to pick the one that goes away?
And then this was a fun one right here. And I hope you just use it for the sake of using it at some point. This is the power of Saint David. You get a 1-minute call to ask David for help. You're going to call him on your phone, and as soon as he picks up, the timer starts. And you get to ask him. It's like phone a friend in Who Wants to Be
Does he know this is going to happen? Because
I've texted him.
Okay, because the man never answers my phone calls.
I asked him ahead of time, would you be free during this time frame? Because I don't want him to call, and we'll get. If he doesn't answer the first time, we will call again. And once he picks up, though, you can ask him the question or whatever else you want to talk about. Theoretically, you don't have to bring up anything. You could just talk to him for a minute. But as soon as that minute goes, you got to hang up.
Okay.
So, or else, I don't know, you lose or something. Then there's the power of a new fate, which is whatever the current question is replaced with the new question, which is selected by you, giving me a number 1 through 3. So there's 3 possibilities. So that doesn't mean that the question is easier or harder.
Sure.
You just get a new question.
Okay.
And I'll add to this. This is where the difficulty comes in. It's like, what if I answer a question wrong? Well, you go back to the beginning. But here's the thing. Every time you go through a door, that door's locked. So you can't keep answering the same questions again.
Oh, okay.
So if you go through, let's say, green at the start, and you lose right away, then you can only go through red and white. So therefore, you only have 3 total tries. So if you lose all 3 of your doors, it's over. But got to remember, there is a final boss at 7. So think of it kind of like Hades, right? Like, you're trying to figure out the themes maybe that's happening, and maybe there's a certain route you're supposed to go. Yes.
Question. Do my powers replenish if I fail and have to start from the beginning?
No. So use them wisely. So don't be also afraid to fail. That like, hey, this is my first first go through. Maybe I'll take a stab in the dark. Because who knows? You could just get lucky and win this whole thing first try. I'm scared that you will. So that's why I've made sure to find a good variety of questions that I'm hoping you don't know the answers to.
I'm a smart guy. I know everything.
Yeah. So, is there anything else I missed here? Yeah, like I said, you can only go 2 in a row of the same color. Just that way, you can't just be like, well, I only know the answers to these sections, so I'm just going to keep doing that.
They're themed. Okay, well, let's start.
Yes, each one's a theme. But, yeah, basically I want you to mark it on that thing you made, and I also have it on my phone for me to keep track, but we'll just have to double check with each other to make sure, be like, okay, you went through this door. So we're going 1 through 6, first being the first set, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Yeah, so whenever you're ready. Well, hold on, actually. We have to get in the spirit here.
He's putting on a hat.
This is for good luck. You can't even see the colors, so I'm just going to turn this off and save the battery. The one-time battery.
Oh, is
there we
it
go.
Up?
This is for the thumbnail, too.
Oh, sorry. If it's for the thumbnail, make a pose. Okay. Because we're in, like, the zoomed, like, we're tiny, you know what I mean? When it's showing something, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
I had to swap over. Sorry.
All right. Yes, I'm your Christmas... a war on Christmas spirit. And you're going through the Christmas
Is that what red is?
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So, pick a color, green, red, and white for
Red.
your first set of doors. Okay, you're going red. So mark red off the thing.
Okay.
All right, let me look at my sheet here. And like I said, every question is multiple choice. There is no like fill in the blank or anything like that. So the first one here for red is which Hollywood actor played 6 different roles in the movie The Polar Express?
Tom Hanks.
A. Tom Hanks. B. Tom Cruise. C. Steven Tyler.
It's Tom Hanks.
Are you locking that one in?
No, can you read the answers again?
Yes. Tom Hanks.
Oh, it's Tom Hanks.
Tom Cruise. Steven Tyler. Okay, you're locking in Tom Hanks. That answer is correct, folks.
Wow.
If I had a cool like sound box thingy, I'd play like Jingle Bells or something there.
If I have time, I'll edit in, because I used to do that. I would edit in sound effects, so maybe I'll do that.
I added some like some ringing of bells. So yeah, that's the first one. You have gotten through red door number 1. Where are you going next?
God, I should have just called David for that.
I don't know. You might. I'm just
green.
I want to save it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You're going green. Green door green number 2. Mark that one, so we know. All right, green. Who told Mary she was pregnant? Virgin Mary, that is. A. Elizabeth. B. Gabriel. C. Raphael.
Does Elizabeth have a last name?
These are all first names.
Dave is not going to know this.
You have your powers, if you want to use them.
God.
Power of reduction. Remove one answer.
You said Elizabeth, Gabriel, and Raphael?
Yeah.
All right, it's not Raphael. Now that I heard that a second time, I'm like, that's a Ninja Turtle. They didn't have Italian names back then. I guess it would be the Angel Gabriel.
Are you locking that one in?
I shouldn't have made fun of how easy the Tom Hanks one was. Yeah, let's lock it in.
You're correct. It is the Angel Gabriel. There is actually, if I remember correctly, there is a Raphael, maybe either saint or something like that, that it's actually Roman and not Italian, because that's where Italians get a lot of this stuff from.
That's where they go shopping.
Yeah, we have... yeah. And Elizabeth here's a fun fact, is Elizabeth, if I remember correctly from this
Elizabeth
research, 'cause
Holmes
it'll come back to me.
from the Scandals company.
I think Elizabeth is Mary's either cousin or sister.
Oh, didn't know that Skank had a sister.
Yeah.
Going and
now you
getting
know.
pregnant without ever meeting a man. Okay.
I do like that whole theory of, like, I don't know if it's a theory, it's more of a joke, of she made up a whole thing of why she, like, got caught basically cheating. Or her and Joseph there, or whatever her husband's name is.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe Biden basically just, like, wanted to become famous, so they just made up a whole story that back then people would believe anything, I feel like. So,
I mean, it'd be a very invasive way to prove that she's never had sex, which may or may not even actually, like, work.
I mean, back then, I feel like for adultery or whatever the word is, you got stoned. So, I would make up something. Be like, a fucking angel, okay? Told me I don't know. Next coming of Christ. I don't know.
White. I pick white. Door 3 white.
Okay, white. Door 3 white. Okay. I see his strategy here, folks, he's trying to find if there's themes, perhaps.
I'm just making sure
all
I
these.
hop around because I'm getting this all one try, you know?
All right, number 3. Ooh, it's an interesting one.
Question.
What year did Elvis... Yep. Yes.
I can use all 3 powers in one question, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You can. Yes. What year did Elvis Presley release Blue Christmas as a single? A. 1957, B. 1960, or C. 1964?
57, 60, or 64?
Mm-hmm. Blue
Yeah,
Christmas.
I know this song. 57, 60, or 64? My heart? No. You can't use your heart. My
heart will go
My
on.
mind wants me to say 57 simply because of how old he is. And I feel like 60, 64, we're getting into that, oh, it's all Beatles time, baby. You know what I mean? Like, and like, hey, this is a musical hole in my history is Elvis. I think he's before them in terms of popularity, because like the Beatles kind of just replaced him in terms of like rock and roll and ooh, you know what I mean? That all the girls be doing.
The ladies were
Right.
fainting.
So I want to say 57. 60 seems like it's also possible. 64 seems improbable. And I know you say as a single. I'm assuming there's no bullshit on like it was released on an album in the 40s, and then but then everyone.
I'm just saying as a single.
Yeah,
Just making sure I will repeat that as a single.
it was actually on the
least
radio
by
for
itself.
5 years before a single pressing of it was made. 57, fuck it.
You locking that in?
No. If I ask him to remove one of the 3 answers, that doesn't that kind of maybe helps if he were to remove 60 or 57, because it'd be the other one. Dave is not going to know.
I don't know. Maybe David's a big Elvis fan. We just never knew.
Maybe I can convince him to just quickly Google it. Change it with another question. I don't know. 57.
You're locking that in.
Yes, sir.
That is incorrect.
No!
It's 1964. However,
What?
he did actually write it, or actually originally recorded it in 1957, but it wasn't released until 1964. as a
Again,
single.
it was the bullshit. It was bullshit the whole time. This whole thing is bullshit. I literally
and I
was
will say
giving
in
you
the
the benefit
60s,
of the doubt
he's still-
that it wasn't one of these types
in the
of
60s,
bullshit
he was still a
situations.
thing. The Beatles was coming around, but this actually did make the Billboard 100, I think, in the top 10, if I remember correctly, in 1964.
Okay, I guess some.
And I think he did have a Christmas album at one point as well. I don't remember when that one was, but this is a single by itself.
Okay.
So yeah, you're back at the start, so you can't
Yeah.
take the same route. So we're back to doors number 1. You have
White.
2 tries left.
Wait.
All right, we're going white. White number 1.
Hey, that's me.
Down. All right, white number 1.
Yeah.
What words follow Silent Night in the song Silent Night? A. Morning Bright. B. Holy Night. C. Jingle Bell Rock.
Is it Jingle Bell Rock? No, it's Holy Night.
Locking that one in?
Unfortunately, yeah.
You are correct.
Wow. So
All right.
white is about songs, huh?
Perhaps. I will say I did not there's no bullshit. I didn't change them oh, actually the fifth blue one's now this, or fifth green one's this. That it is consistent through all 6.
All right, door 2, also white. I know more about
going
music than
through.
you do, so it should be easy.
All right. White number 2.
Hey, that's you.
What activity inspired the song Jingle Bells? A. Caroling. B. Horseback riding. Or C. Sleigh racing.
Sleigh racing? Is that what you said?
Yes, sleigh racing. The act of racing with sleighs.
And what song was
Which
this?
could... Jingle Bells.
I got Jingle Bell Rock stuck in my head. I'm trying to play the song. In my head. I don't know this song. I know this song.
It's a classic.
Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell. No, it's Jingle Bell Rock.
That's Jingle Bell Rock. Yeah.
Jingle Bells. Oh, yeah. The snow is glistening. What was the... read my options again.
A. Caroling. B. Horseback riding. Or C. Sleigh racing.
Maybe I'm getting Jingle Bells mixed up with Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Are they the same song? The fuck is Jingle Bells? I don't get to listen to the song, do I?
No. If we had a really huge production, I think maybe I would play you go to a trivia night or whatever, and
Yeah.
they're what's the name of this music video? And it's just they play the music video. I would do something like that, but I don't have that, so this is all off the dome.
Caroling, horseback riding, or sleigh racing.
Racing, yes.
Because now, if you said sleigh riding, that's what I would have picked. But sleigh racing don't make no sense. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, rock. No. Aren't they the same song? They're not the same song. Right?
I will say they're not the same song. I can clarify that. Jingle Bell Rock and Jingle Bells are 2 separate songs.
Here's my thing. As soon as I can lock in my brain what the song sounds like, I can then probably pick up on most of the lyrics and then figure out which one it is. Because, when I had, the Walking in a Winter Wonderland thing, I'm like, oh, that means it's caroling. But that song's not called Jingle Bells, is it? Is it? I don't fucking know. It probably is sleigh racing. But if I get this one wrong, then I only get one more shot.
Yeah.
I'm never
You have your
picking
powers.
white again. That's for sure. See, here's the thing. I would ask David, and then he would be like, "Oh, that'd be like sleigh racing," and then I wouldn't feel confident in what he said because I don't feel like he's thinking the same level.
Hey,
I
it's
am.
power of Saint David, all right? You're asking. He's blessing
okay.
you. Okay. Which, by the way, I did look up. There is a Saint David.
Of course.
So shout out to the Davids of the world.
David is a biblical name. So is Ethan.
You do have power of a new fate if you're really just feeling stumped on this one. But you only get one time to use that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you consider question 6 harder than 5, harder than 4, and so forth?
I tried to make it more difficult as it goes.
Well, that's what I want to save.
But I also don't. But I don't also know what you know. So like what I think is maybe too easy is maybe.
Read me the whole question again.
What activity inspired the song Jingle Bells? A. Caroling. B. Horseback riding. C. Sleigh racing.
I'm going to say horseback riding. Final answer, lock it in.
That answer is incorrect.
No!
It's sleigh racing. Because in the song Jingle Bells, they're talking about dashing through the snow.
That's the song!
Open
That's
sleigh.
the song!
It's in the first part of the lyrics.
I didn't know that the song was in... Oh, God. All right, door 1 green. Let's move this.
All right, wow. This is it, folks. I didn't think... Honestly, I thought he'd power through this. I was scared. You're going through door green, number 1.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Where's my green sheet? Sorry, folks. All right. Where was baby Jesus born? A. Egypt. B. Jerusalem. C. Bethlehem.
So you should have... It's Jerusalem, but you should have put in Israel and Palestine in there, too, just to make it very topical. It's Jerusalem.
Well, it's Jerusalem.
Yeah. Lock it in.
You're locking in Jerusalem? You said Bethlehem earlier.
Read the question again.
Where was baby Jesus, Christ the Lord, born? A. Egypt. B. Jerusalem. C. Bethlehem.
Well, no, is it Bethlehem? Oh, it is Bethlehem. Because there's a song. Is it Jerusalem? No, it's not Jerusalem. There's a song with Jerusalem in it, too. King of Jerusalem.
Popular lyric in Christmas music, for sure.
Born in Bethlehem. Yes, that's the answer.
You're locking that in?
I'm locking it in.
That's correct. Oh, yeah! I was really worried. I'm like, bro's locking in Jerusalem. I'm scared. Because he said Bethlehem. I'm like, did he mishear? I'm like, I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
But then, yes. All right, red.
Yes.
Door 2 red.
Bethlehem. Door 2 red. I think that's my favorite one. Is red. Ooh. Who voices Scrooge in A Christmas Carol 2009, the animated one? A. Patrick Stewart. B. Gary Oldman. Or C. Jim Carrey, friend of the show.
Jim Carrey, friend of the show. Lock it in.
You're locking it in.
Yep.
It is correct. Sorry, I didn't clap for the first one that you got.
When you said 2009, my brain took me back to the ancient times of pre-2000. And I'm like, no, that is the thing I'm thinking about. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Gary Oldman is in the movie, actually, but he's not Scrooge.
Yeah.
And then Jim Carrey actually has kind of his face in Scrooge as well. I think it was like one of those, like, they put the dots on him, like this little thing.
They did the Polar Express thing to him.
Yeah, and then set of doors number 3, all right? You have green or red as your options.
Picking red.
All right. In Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964, who was the name of the snowman narrator? A. Sam the Snowman. B. Hermie the Snowman. C. Bumble the Snowman.
A. Sam.
You're locking that one in.
Read the whole thing again.
In
Please.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964. Who was the name of the snowman narrator? And I won't bullshit you. The Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's the one with the claymation kind of stuff that you know.
The Rankin and Bass.
Yes.
Animated special.
A. Sam the Snowman. B. Hermey the Snowman.
Spell Hermey
C,
for me.
Hermey.
Okay.
Then C, Bumble, Bumble,
It's not Bumble.
the Snowman.
Not Bumble. It's going to be Sam the Snowman, that seems, because I know what he looks like. Or at least I could visualize what he looked like.
You think
He's
like,
a
that's
Sam. That's a Sam.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't fucking know. I don't have any more tries. Someone decided to make a bullshit game. Sam the Snowman.
You lock that one in?
If I fail, can I keep playing anyway? Yes, it's Sam the Snowman.
I don't know.
Lock it in.
I don't know.
Lock it in.
It's
Wait.
correct.
Oh, God.
It's a tough one because, like, I don't remember. I don't remember this. I don't remember him saying his name. I know who they're talking about, but I don't know their name. So that was a tough
He either says it at the beginning or Santa calls him Sam or something. Door 4, green, please.
one. Going back to green. You had to go. Because you did.
Nah, I could have gone.
So you had to go like green or white, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, green number 4. What one of these wasn't one of the 3 gifts from the wise men?
Oh, I got this locked down, baby.
A, gold. B, silver. C, frankincense.
It's B, silver.
You locking that one in?
They gave him gold, frankincense, and myrrh, bitch.
So you're
Get
locking
that silver out of here. Imagine you roll up and homie just gets money, but better money than the money you're giving. Yeah, no, I wasn't silver.
As the other wise men, they'd be like, shit, what the fuck this guy
I
got?
know. Well, wait,
bring him
they
platinum
traveled
versus
together,
gold.
so I think they traveled together. They
don't
followed
know each
the
other's gifts.
Star of Bethlehem, and they found that slut Joseph, having to cover up the fact that he had premarital sex. You know what I mean?
Joseph.
How old was Mary? Was she underage?
I was looking that up for a trivia question, and there isn't like a definitive answer, but the estimates are 13 to 15.
Also, isn't it weird how, like, the only time, like, sex is ever mentioned in, like, the Bible in terms of a storytelling sense is the one time they were like, and she ain't never had it.
Yeah.
Does that imply everyone did it all the time? I'm just saying.
Yeah. She was above everyone else.
Door
You locked that one
5.
in silver. Did you lock that one?
Oh, yeah, I thought we already moved on. It's correct.
It is correct. Congrats.
Yeah.
All right, so in door 5, you're getting there. Getting to the final boss, which is scary considering you have no lives.
I also have...
Not gonna lie.
Can I cash in my power of reduction, power of a new fate, and get 3 powers of St. David for 3 separate
No,
phone calls?
Yeah. You're trying to hold them on the line as long as possible.
No, I would just be 3 individual phone calls. Door 5, red.
Set it. 5 red.
Yeah, I ain't never going back to white, sorry. I couldn't even remember the song Jingle Bells.
Ooh, this one. Wait, 1, 2. Okay, number 5, red.
Yeah.
In How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 2001, the live action one.
Oh, no.
What time is the... What time is the... I can't wait. The way you said, oh no, just got me. What time is the Grinch set to have dinner? A, 7 o'clock p.m. B, 6:30 p.m. C, 8 o'clock p.m. Are you calling David? Are you using your David power, St. David? Because you get 1 minute, and as soon as he picks up, so try to put it on speaker. I will time you.
Read off the question again for me.
In How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2000, the live action, what time is the Grinch set to have dinner that he cannot miss, by the way? He is a joke about that. I can't miss it again. 7 o'clock p.m., 6:30 p.m., or 8 o'clock p.m. And if you ask during the phone call, I will recite it as well.
6:37 or 8. Those are my options.
7, 6:30, 8.
Okay. 7, 6:30, or 8.
Here, I'll even help you out here. I'll write it in the Discord chat, so it's right there. 7 o'clock. I'll just do 7, 6:30.
Chat. Here's my line of thinking.
I'm cheering for you.
Here's my line of thinking. The reason why he did 7, 6:30, or 8 isn't just random. He would have just normally wrote out 6:30, 7, or 8. The reason why he did that is because this would have made the same answer twice in a row, like an A, B, or C thing, and he wanted to swap it up so it wasn't all B or all that type of stuff. I don't know if that information helps me at all. Now, if I call David, he's just going to guess, same as I am. Because I highly doubt he's even seen that movie. And if I ask you to remove one, you know what? I'm getting this one right. Because I am having you replace it with a new question.
Oh, you're doing Power of a New Fate.
Yeah.
Which could be anything. We don't know where it'll go.
1, 2, or 3.
And I'll say this. Well, I guess if you fail, it's over anyways. But I was going to say part of I forgot to add to it is that if you use it and come back to this door, you can redo the door. You can redo the question. Like if you're replacing it. If that matters. But if you lose, it's Jover. So, unless there's a Christmas miracle that lets you play again.
Oh yeah, is that what happens?
So you want to replace it?
Yes.
Give me a number 1 through 3.
Why? Because I would only get to use the power once.
I have 3 replacements.
I would only need.
I'm letting you
question.
choose your new fate. I'm letting you choose your.
But there's no choice.
There's a choice.
There's
you
no
pick
choice.
1, 2, or 3.
Those options have no weight to them. 2. No, 1. Do 3, please.
You want to do 2?
Pick whatever one you want.
Well,
I want number 1.
You want number 1 for sure.
No, I want 3.
Do you want 3?
Yes, please.
You're locking that in.
Can I call David
you
and
give
ask
me
him?
all 3. Call David and ask him.
No. I said 2. Go with 2.
Okay, because I think that might help you. Number 2. All right.
Is it too late to ask?
Question.
No, I'm kidding.
You can use a power on the power. So like theoretically, you could ask David in this, and also use power of reduction. What video game wasn't released in December of 1995 in North America? What video game
was not released?
Wasn't released in 1995 of December in North America. So get rid of Japan or anywhere else.
Sure.
North America, United States, US of A. A. Warcraft 2: Tides of Darkness.
That's an expansion
B.
on a game, but sure.
B. Kirby's Dream Land 2. C. Brain Dead 13. Which
Never
one
heard
wasn't
of Brain Dead 13?
Wasn't released in December of 1995?
So Warcraft 2 expansion. Kirby's Dream Land 2. It's a Game Boy game. 95 though. 90 because it could be Kirby games come out fucking late on platforms. Thought maybe Kirby's Dream Land 3 would have been out by now. That's what I like. That was on Super Nintendo though. Completely different platform. But I feel like that's like a 97 game. Something crazy. So it could be. Can I... You're just going to say no. What I was going to say, can I ask a minor question about this?
Sure. Granted.
Are these all 95 games? Like the one that's not December? Is that a 95 game?
Yes. All of them came out in 1995.
What's the third game called?
Brain Dead 13. And these are all real games. I didn't make up any.
Really? I thought you made up Kirby.
They're all from Wikipedia, baby.
The Warcraft thing makes sense. Or at least I can see it. The Kirby thing, I really don't know. I've never heard of Brain Dead 13. It could be that one. Remove one, please. Power of reduction.
I'll be nice. I'll remove Brain Dead 13.
Okay.
Because this is a Christmas gauntlet, but I'm also in the holiday spirit of giving.
You're actually helping
you,
when I ask you to do it? Okay.
So I could have been like, oh, I'm going to get rid of this one because that's maybe...
Read what was the Warcraft 2 expansion called again?
Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness.
That's right. And you said Kirby's Dream Land 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness, Kirby's Dream
So
Land
you have
2.
one more power left, too.
I'm saving that for the last one.
Okay.
The very last question. Oh, I want to say Kirby, but, like, I don't really know. But I get the feeling... Because here's the thing. You and I were both born in the year 1995. So at one point in my life, I Googled 1995 video games because I wanted to find, was there one that came out on my birthday?
Yeah.
And I swear, Kirby was early. I don't know if it was this Kirby, because Nintendo made a bunch of Kirby games on the Game Boy.
A lot of Kirby's coming out, right?
Yeah.
Just trying to ad-lib.
That just makes me know that when you search Wikipedia for list of video games in 1995, you saw a bunch of Kirby games.
Maybe I can't confirm or deny.
Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness, or Kirby's Dream Land 2. So here's the thing, folks.
Battle of the Twos.
By telling me that he saw this on a list of Wikipedia, makes the decision harder. Because if he didn't, I'd been like, okay, there's no way in his mind he's going to even think about Warcraft 2. So I would just, you know what I mean?
Right.
But because that released in 1995, an expansion, it's possible, because you could have been like, oh, what an interesting game to release during the holidays. I'll put that on the thing. So maybe that is the December one. We know Dead Man 13, or whatever that game was called, was
Brain Dead.
Brain Dead 13.
Which I questioned if there was 13 of them, or if that was just like, okay, we're just going to add that number. I didn't look that up.
I'm going to say Kirby's Dream Land 2. I'm going to be really disappointed if it's not that.
Just locking that one in.
You're
going with your pink guy. With the sometimes he has
a
sword.
I don't have a pink guy.
Nope, the pink guy.
I know.
You're locking that one in?
Or can I answer what time the Grinch ate dinner? In hindsight, that dude probably ate at 6:30. I don't know. Fuck it, Kirby's Dream Land 2. I'm sorry, David, if I don't get to call you.
That is correct. You get yes! And it came out in like April.
Okay, yeah, early in the year. Okay, for sure.
You were right. When you said that, I'm like, he's got it. I'm cheering for him, but I can't give him anything. Yeah, Warcraft 2 was like December 15th. It was like mid-December. And there was a lot of games that were listed as December, but I had to triple check to make sure when they were actually came out in North America.
In that kind, especially North America, a lot of games in that kind of era don't really have the release dates like hard confirmed, so you will just get a month. And so I've had to do research for stuff.
And I had ones where I'm like, oh, this one's better, like name wise. I was trying to find 2s because this was number 2, if you noticed that. But then I would look it up, and then like it came out in Japan in December, but then North America in January. I'm like, nope, I want to do North America. I think that's more fair.
Right.
But hey, your past self led you to this moment.
That's
and
right.
you,
That's right. What time
you
did the
answered
Grinch
it,
eat
see?
dinner at?
We'll not answer that in case we give you a chance to come back.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. What's my last
you went
question?
You went through, what was it, red? Yeah, red.
Yeah.
5, red, and mark that one. So you're at 6. This is right before the final boss.
Oh. So green is clearly religious, I imagine, straight Bible stuff. Red is clearly movies. And white is for music. I did not do well with the music. I mean, that's a hard movie question. Granted, I haven't seen that movie in 2 decades or whatever. I don't even think I've ever seen it all the way through.
By the way, you flipped it just in case you forgot. Green is religious. White is music. I think you said.
That's what. No, I said it. I said green was.
Okay. Maybe I misheard you. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Just don't want you to choose wrong and then be like, "What the fuck?"
So like, I don't know if I had seen that entire Jim Carrey Grinch movie, I would have been like, oh, haha, of course I remember the time he was supposed to eat dinner at, or was that such like a tiny little factoid, you know what I mean? So I don't know if
it was a
movie
joke
question,
that he mentions.
Sure, there's laughs a minute when Jim Carrey's on screen, so doubt that one would have stuck out that much. I guess which one I would rather ask David. I guess I'll go with green. Green. Door 6 green.
Door 6 green. Okay.
Door 6 green.
Door 6 green. What does Bethlehem, which you know where that is?
Yeah.
Where does Bethlehem mean in Hebrew? A, house of bread. B, house of Beth. C, house of life.
I'm going to call David. So wait. I'm sorry. Read it one more time for me.
Yeah. What does Bethlehem mean?
In fact, if
Hebrew?
you can, just paste the question with the 3 answers in Discord so I can read it to him.
What does Bethlehem Hebrew?
The snow is chugging now for this background.
It's probably looped too many times.
What
Does
does 8
Bethlehem mean? Yeah. What does Bethlehem mean in Hebrew? House of bread, house of Beth, or house of life?
Well, I can tell you right now, it's not House of Beth. What the hell does Beth mean? It's just someone's an 8. They'll be pissed if that's like, she's the founder of the town. I'm calling our friend David.
All right, give me a second, because I'm gonna. As soon as he picks up, I'm timing. You have 1 minute from Saint David himself to give you his.
Hey,
hopefully
David,
knowledge.
it's Ethan. You're live on the Sonic Movie Show. How's it going? Don't answer that because I have 55 more seconds with you. My question for you: I really hope you know your Hebrew. I hope you studied up, bitch. You know Jesus was born in the town of Bethlehem. We all know that. We do our migration there every year. But Bethlehem means something in Hebrew. What does Bethlehem mean in Hebrew? Now, there's 3 options here. I have half a minute. House of bread, house of Beth, or house of life? Does Bethlehem in Hebrew mean house of bread, Beth, or life?
I mean, life sounds right, but also bread sounds right. I'm kind of feeling a little bit hungry, so I think I gotta go with bread.
Okay, we have 10 seconds left. If you think it's bread, I will say bread.
Okay, say bread.
Okay, Devon, it's bread.
You locking that in?
I'm locking it in.
It's correct. It's house of bread.
David, we did it! Yeah, David! All right, I hung up on him.
Wow, you clutched that up. I was worried. Not gonna lie.
Oof.
Yeah, his hunger led you to the right answer there. Saint
I
David
had a
doesn't
feeling it was going to be bread, but I thought it'd be funnier to just go with whatever he said, no matter what.
No matter what. Well, you're on the same page. Yeah, house of bread, which, maybe there's some irony there, considering, he does the bread thing or whatever at some point. Well, there you go. You've made it through 6, and
Who
Since
one
I'm-
completely can retire on top, never lost at all.
never lost.
Thing's over, right?
There's a final boss.
Oh,
But I'll say
man.
this: if you fail, I'll give you one more shot, starting from green 3. So that's what you have left.
Okay.
Just because it's a
All
Christmas
right.
miracle. But
It's a Christmas
maybe you'll win.
miracle.
Maybe you'll win this straight, but we'll see. And you have no more powers left, so this is
I forgot about
Straight.
the last thing. That's why I saved. Okay.
let's see. Where is my? Because I have a list of different final bosses because you could have used the power on the final boss, perhaps. But I don't know if you'd want to. Where is it?
If you can't find it, do I win automatically?
No, I have it. There it is. Okay. The final Christmas question, one that's some say started this war on Christmas in the first place. Which two Fast and Furious movies released closest on Christmas Day? Or released closest to Christmas Day. And I will say that counts that, like, if it came out on January 1st or even December 26th,
Sure,
that would be
sure.
closest. So don't look at it from
Right,
just
right.
to the present Christmas. It could be the past Christmas. Which 2 Fast and Furious movies of the 10? And I won't include Hobbs and Shaw because that's not part of the main. The main movies. Do you want me to read out all the movies to you? Or?
Wait, I have to pick 2 out of the 10 Fast and Furious movies?
Yes. It's final boss. Yes. And I'll give you even another one. If you answer this incorrectly, and you get back to this point, I will let you know whether or not you did get one of them correct. So if you get 1 out of 2, so you have a 20% chance randomly.
All right,
But you
so
do know some movies, some of them, because you did see them.
I've seen them
theaters.
all.
But you saw them in theaters. I mean. There's, Fast and Furious, The Fast and Furious. There's
So the
Too
movies
Fast
are
and Furious.
called The Fast and the Furious, and then there is a film called Too Fast, Too Furious. Then there is The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, followed by a film called Fast and Furious.
yeah.
Then there's Fast 5. After that is Fast & Furious 6. Then there was Furious 7. Then there was The Fate of the Furious. It was like F8, Fate. Then F9, The Fast Saga. And then Fast X. Otherwise, it's like an X Roman numeral, Fast 10. Now that movie came out in like April or May. So if that is the closest, and we're like, it's all summer movies, baby, then this is a bullshit question. F9 was a summer movie. You were about to say something. You're about to defend yourself.
No, I'm just gonna say that I will say these two. If I'm triple checking, these 2 movies came out on the same day, like separate years, but came out on the same day.
Oh, I'm sure that was a factoid I read off on a podcast of Chronicles of Diesel. My gut. So my brain is thinking. My process is a unique experience that I might be able to share with you guys. When the movies became super action-packy, that's when they became summer blockbusters, I would think. I would think that starts with 5. My gut tells me Tokyo Drift, a.k.a. Fast and Furious 3, a.k.a. The Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, a.k.a. Fast 3, a.k.a. Furious 3, a.k.a. Fast and Furious 3, a.k.a. F3. I also want to say Fast and Furious, but I don't think that's the case. Too Fast, Too Furious, and The Fast and the Furious. I have no idea. They could have been any time of the year. And he says closest to Christmas Day. So
None
it could
didn't come out on Christmas, unfortunately. Missed opportunity, in my opinion. But
No, they could. They could. Oh, God. David wouldn't know that either, so I don't think I wasted it. I almost asked you to read the question off again, but it's really just me trying to have someone else speak so I don't have to vamp for my thoughts.
like I said, this does not include Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay.
And these two movies, both came out on the same day. I almost said the date.
That wouldn't have helped me, to be fair.
I meant like the full date, like years and everything. I think that would have helped.
Oh, okay. I don't think that they were back-to-back films. I think that they were... Oh, God, I want to say Tokyo Drift and Fast 6. I'm not locking it in. Because it could be Fast 4.
As funny as I know the answer, but I keep looking at it just in case I forgot. That's how much my confidence is in my...
I gotta get 2 of these right. Gotta get 2 of these right. He makes these always... Every year he does these, and he makes it so hard.
This is a gauntlet, after all.
And a gauntlet after all. Yeah, okay, pal. God, I gotta blow my nose, but I'm not going to because we're on camera and I'm a winner. Winners always win. Okay, let me eliminate some. It is not 10. It is not 9. It is not 8. I can guarantee it is not 10, 9, or 8. Not that I'm asking you to confirm that, I'm just saying. I know it's not those. I think it could be 7. I think the Paul Walker situation moved that film. I should remember more about these films, considering I did research on all of them for each podcast episode.
I mean, to be fair, it is tough to remember, months and years.
Yeah, but that piece of information, they both came out on the same day, just obviously in their respective years. I'm going to say 7. Fury 7. Subtitled Rip Bozo. I'm kidding.
That's so fucked. Just think of
Let's
that
say
meme,
7.
The guy smoking the cigar.
I don't think it would be 6, because back-to-back don't make no sense. 5 would be interesting if it was Fast 5 and Furious 7. My heart's trying to tell me Tokyo Drift, but, if it is indeed 7, I don't think it could be 3, because I think I remember a bit of that little trivia fact that these two films came out on the same day. And the way my brain is framing this information for me now is that the films weren't too far apart from each other in terms of, numerical release in this franchise. So therefore, I want to say 4 or 5. I'm definitely saying 7. That's a lock.
Okay.
And I feel like, just for the record, I'm thinking that's late in the year. So not early, but late in the year. I don't think it would be 6. I don't think it would be 6. I think it would be 5.
I don't think it'd be 6, folks. It'd be 5.
I think it would be 5. You know what? I can't keep stalling. The audience here is dropping like 5 flies. Fast and Furious 5 and 7. Those are my 2.
You're locking that in. 5 and 7.
I'm going to have to, because otherwise... Because here's my thing. I ain't never getting any close with my brain right now. I'm finding out the answer, so I just have to stick to an answer.
5 and 7.
57.
You are half right. 7 is correct.
Okay.
5 is not.
I was very confident
5 is
7.
not. So,
Okay.
but there is a Christmas miracle here, folks, and he gets to try again. But he has to get back there. He has to get back there. He has to do. He has to do green 3. That's his only option. And I'll say after this is it. I did have this plan in mind of like giving him a Christmas miracle where like Snowman dies, or Frosty dies, but he comes back. Santa dies, he comes back because of the spirit. So the War on Christmas spirit is, since you did answer a lot of questions. I'm gonna give you one last shot here. No powers. We're gonna start with green 3.
Man. All right, green 3.
Roughly, this is what historians roughly estimate. How many miles did Mary and Joseph have to travel to get to Bethlehem?
It was far.
A, 30, B, 60, C, 90.
It was far, but they're also... they had camels, right? There was a donkey in that stable. Or a mule. Is it a mule?
Donkey.
Oh, shut up. I'm trying to think. This is important. And don't disrespect Shrek, okay? 30, 60, or 90. 30, 60, or 90. How many minutes in the oven? Well, if she be pregnant, she ain't be walking very far. She's probably on a camel.
It's true.
Or did you say walk or travel?
Just travel.
Okay. I was gonna say if you said walk, then that. But of course, like, it's. Oh,
This is a rough estimate, by the way. Like,
in order
there's
to
no,
give
wasn't exact,
birth
but-
to Christ our Lord, she had to walk 5 million miles. Like, that's something that they would just say, you know what I mean? Just to really emphasize how important it was. So, she could be sprinting while pregnant, and as far as they care. Point being that I don't think walking 90 miles would be that crazy. Fuck it, 90.
Lock that in?
Yeah.
It's correct.
Yeah! I mean, I knew that.
Hey, I feel like out of all of them, you've done more. At this point, you've done
almost
more
all
the
Beeblays.
Jesus stuff. Yeah.
Oh, specifically about Jesus. I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah.
I guess he was born on Christmas, so. Red 4?
Now
please?
we're at 4 now. You have red or white.
Red.
All right, red. Number 4. In Home Alone, 1990. How many siblings does Kevin have?
Okay.
A3, A3, B4, C2. I wrote it weird.
4.
A3, B4, C2. 4. You're locking that in?
Yep.
You are correct.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you knew, I don't remember if we ever talked about Home Alone, but so I was like, I don't know if this is a tough one or an easy
I barely seen
That's
the
why I had
movie,
this
but
on
I
the-
just remember there's a lot of kids at the beginning. Now,
Well,
if
you
you
got
had
that
said,
one right.
if you had, instead of 2, if you said 5, I would have gone with 5.
Yeah.
If you had said
Well,
6,
see, I didn't know if you
would've
knew
gone
the
with
movie
6.
or not, and I feel like 4 would have been like, to me, I was like, if you haven't seen this movie or know anything about this movie, I'd be like, who has 4 siblings? That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they were able to forget about him, you know?
Yeah. All right, now
Okay.
you're in 5.
Green,
Cruising
please.
He's hot. Green 5. Who replaced Judas, one of Jesus's apostles? Who
Yeah.
replaced Judas?
Lady
A.
Gaga.
John. B. Simon. C. Matthias.
The fuck is Matthias?
It's a name.
See, I'm just gonna assume that that's not real. You should have said Mephiles so we could tie back to.
I'll say
Psalm
all these
6.
are real. There's
Who'd you
nothing.
say?
I haven't
Simon
made
and
up
Garfunkel
anything.
and then Mephiles.
John Simon Matthias.
Right.
Matthias.
Oh, okay, yeah. The way you spell it now, yeah. John's an OG. He wouldn't have come into the crew late in the shows.
In the family, the Jesus family,
Yeah,
when
like
they're having a
sitcom.
barbecue.
It could be Simon. So Jesus, little do people know, Jesus dies. Right? He gets betrayed by his friend Judas for silver, of all things. Those wise men gave him gold, and his friend betrayed him for silver? Not cool, bro. Anyway, the Romans, they give him a crown of thorns, this Jesus. And they're like, ha, you're a king of the Jews, you're king of the thorn, here's your thorn crown. The laurels, it wasn't laurels, it was thorns, right? And then they stake him to a couple planks of wood, just like you do in that side quest in Cyberpunk 2077. It's the most fucked up side quest, and it's my favorite. This dude, he's killed someone.
What?
You get this side quest, right, from one of your regular people. Say, hey, here's a job for you. This guy wants you to kill this other guy because that guy killed his mom or whatever, and he's on death row, but he wants to make sure he dies before then. Shit goes haywire. The guy who hired you, he dies. Anyway, and then there's a cop, and there's a TV producer, and then there's the guy, the murderer. And basically, they're trying to do a brain dance thing. You remember the brain dances?
Yeah.
This production company is paying top dollar to make this brain dance of someone dying to a crucifixion. And because this guy is extremely religious in a world that isn't, so yeah, and if you play your cards right and you become friends with this guy and you hear him out, he asks you to do the crucifixion to him. So you literally pound the nails into his hands and feet while he screams while someone else reads. I think you read. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy that they did it in the video game. Some of the most surreal shit I've ever seen. So John... Well, so here's the other part of the story, too, because, you say, oh, yeah, Judas, betrays him and someone else pops in. You got to remember, Jesus is, in a cave with a box of scraps, but there's a boulder covering him. And he uses that box of scraps to come back 3 days later. The boulder has moved. No one else could have done that. That's how Jesus got out. I feel like it'd be pretty hard for him to move the boulder. Was the boulder moved away from the tunnel, from the cave mouth? Or was it to the side? If it was to the side, someone helped him. Because no one's, moving a boulder like this.
Pictures I, remember is, it's, off to the side. It was,
But is that just because it's easier to draw? Right. You know what I mean? Because he would have had to have pushed it.
Someone should have just taken a video, while, I don't know.
Granted, he is son of the Lord, and there's the ghost that's holy, so you could just walk through the boulder.
Almighty,
Or he could have just been like, boop. Anyway, I think Simon replaced Judas.
You're locking that in?
It's not John. And it's not Matthias. I don't think. I think it's Simon.
You locking that in? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's incorrect. It is Matthias. Matthias was chosen by God after Jesus went to heaven. Jesus did not. This is the only apostle that wasn't chosen by Jesus. Simon was of the originals, so was John.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was Matthias.
Wow.
So, unfortunately, past Ethan did not study enough of his Bible to get past this part. But I'm gonna, for shits and giggles here.
Let me keep going.
No, there's some fun parts I wanted to bring up, particularly of the hypothetical that if you did swap out. Actually, first I'll tell you the answer to the Fast and Furious one. It was Fast 4 and Fast 7. You were on it, and then you went to 5.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to clutch that shit up. I was gonna be like, damn, at the buzzer. Unfortunately not. But there was one of like the new fates you could have done. So there's I have 2 sets of new fates. I had 1 through 6, and then I had for the final boss. Through 1 through 6, one of the ones was who directed Sonic Christmas Blast, which had a bunch of random
Jesus
names. Yeah. There was one. What was it? Shit. Oh, how long is the average growing time for a Christmas tree?
It's
that
a
was
couple
one of them.
years. It's a couple years.
It's 7.
Yeah.
So those are your 3 of the 1 through 6.
Right.
Also, one of the red questions. Oh, by the way, yeah. Actually, I'll tie this into the final boss. So if you swap the final boss, your first. Actually, that one about the Sonic Blast. That was actually number 1 of that. So Sonic Blast. The answer is Blair Peters. So your second final boss option, if you did pick 2 out of 3, was in Kingdom Hearts, in the Halloween town. What item is not found in this area? And there was so it was puppies, the pumpkin head keychain, a torn page, a defense up, a life G, or a meteor G.
There would have been puppies. There would have been the keychain. Obviously, you get that from there. There would have been a torn page. But then the other things are just shit you find everywhere.
It was life G.
Yeah, that's a gummy
Meteor
shit
G
part.
and defense up, I think, are found in the same spot near some bridge, according to
Here's a bridge.
the one. I was reading a bunch of walkthroughs trying to find a list of
God.
every item.
You said Kingdom
was
Hearts
fun.
1?
Yeah, it was in. And I only picked the Halloween town because I know there's a Christmas section.
Well,
of it.
the Christmas section's not in the first game. It's in the second game. It's Halloween Town.
Or I just still fun. Then the third option, which I think might have been the best boss to face, considering the powers you had available. Out of these 10 Christmas movies, which 2 are David and I's favorite? And there's 10 movies.
So you asked him ahead of time, right?
Yes, as part of my text. And
Wow,
I did tell
so I
him
could have
if you
just been
called
like...
him, if you swapped it and then called him about this
Oh
one,
my
I told him
God.
he's allowed to answer. There was no BS with that. And can you guess, out of these 10, I'll just read off them: National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, Bad Santa, The Muppet Christmas Carol, Nightmare Before Christmas, Krampus, which was mine, Elf, Bad Santa. Or sorry, I had 2 Bad Santas. I should add another one. Die Hard, and then How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Can you guess which one?
Was David's favorite?
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and what was the third one? The third thing on there?
Bad Santa. It's like a
What was the
dark
fourth one
comedy.
then?
Muppet Christmas.
Muppet. Well, he doesn't care about Muppets. That would have been mine.
This is actually really ironic what the answer is, because you got stumped on one question that you swapped out about The Grinch Stole Christmas. That is David's favorite Christmas movie.
Really?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And the answer was 6:30, by the way. So you had the hypothetical there of calling him there. I think he
Damn.
might have known that answer. I was surprised by How the Grinch Stole Christmas myself.
Which version was his favorite?
The 2001, the one I was referencing.
Wow. Okay.
He says it's the superior one. 'Cause of
Disagree, but okay.
there was one cool one that I wanted to point out. I thought was interesting. So there's one question that is, what is the name of this Greg Lake song that Lake says is a protest of the commercialization of Christmas? And it's from 1975. And I had I Believe in Father Christmas, A True Christmas, or St. Nicholas. The answer is I Believe in Father Christmas. And I was reading about this, and we were talking about Queen earlier before we started this podcast.
Overrated.
Coincidentally, I read it that this song came out as a single around the same month that Bohemian Rhapsody came out. And he thought it would have been more successful if Bohemian Rhapsody didn't come out. And he says that that song is overrated, which is so funny. We were talking about it, and I just could not show my cards early. But
Yeah, that was the song that
it's
gave
a fun
Freddie
Wikipedia
Mercury AIDS.
article of a song I've never heard of. I've not listened to
Yeah.
it. I will listen to it at some point. But I thought it was kind of funny that I'm like, these little deep dives. Doing this was actually really fun for me to like jump in. And then out of all those sections though, the hardest one I think for me to like find information on was the green one, because a lot of this shit was just basic Bible stuff. I tried to find some difficult ones. Red's last question was, in Love Actually, Sarah is in love with this coworker. Yeah, I knew that one was going to be tough. And then the last of the new Fate ones, which you said what one would have been my favorite you wanted me to pick. I would have picked this one, which was, who was the domestic box office leader on Christmas Day in 2005? Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, or Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Narnia.
It's King Kong.
Oh.
By $1 million. Chronicles of Narnia was.
Were they all
7,
out at Christmas time? I would have just assumed that they weren't. Oh.
Yeah. They all were. Harry Potter was ending its kind of theatrical run, so it had like 2 million or something like that. I think Narnia was 7.1 or 7.5, and then King Kong was 8 point something.
People hate on those Narnia movies, but I loved those books as a kid. I actually read all the books.
They were. Yeah, I liked. I don't know if I've seen. I liked the first one. I don't know if I've seen the other ones.
I just like the first movie is the second book, because the first book is kind of like a prequel, because like the bad guy in the Narnia world is this evil queen, and like they show in that first book there's like 10 different worlds or something like that, and Narnia is like where all the other books take place, and it's the only one that matters. But like our kids come from our world, right? And then they go to Narnia. But that first book is this kid who's would be those kids' uncle. He ends up in this other world, which is the world of this evil queen lady, and she destroyed her world. She's the only person left alive, and she escapes through the wardrobe that he came in. So I always thought that was cool. I'm like, oh, I just thought it was cool. I was like 12.
You escaped from Butcher Bay. Oh, by the way, for the Fast and Furious ones, before I forget, I didn't even tell you what the date was. It was April 3rd, 2009 was Fast and the Furious. Then Furious 7, April 3rd, 2015.
Wow, April. Okay.
Fast 5, which you guessed, wasn't a bad guess because it was April 29th.
Oh, it was a couple weeks off? God damn it.
Yeah. All the other ones you had a good hunch on because all of them were August, June. Fast X was actually the earliest in a while. It was May 19th. Fate of the Furious did come out on April 14th. And the first 2 movies were June. First 3 movies were June.
Damn.
Yeah.
The first 3 movies were in June?
Yeah, June 22nd,
I thought those...
June 6th,
Okay.
June 16th. Yeah.
Wow, wild. All right, well, I lost. Fuck me.
Yeah, hey, that was fun. I wasn't sure. I was worried, honestly, it was going to be too easy. So I tried to like ramp it up for the last 3. But I also didn't know, like, I tried to guess. I'm like, would he know a lot about Christmas music? I'm like, maybe. And then I'm like, I feel like maybe he will know a lot about Jesus in a way. I don't know why. I just thought from jokes in the past you've made that you seem to know
jokes.
More than... Or something, okay. I don't know. More than me, because I don't know jack shit. Like, if I had to go through this, I would avoid green and take my luck with the music section. I think red section was the easiest, so that's why, like, the last 2, I tried to be very specific with the Grinch and then also Love Actually. And I tried to have, like, make it like you can go different routes and strategize. I was kind of inspired by
this was fun.
Hades, and then D&D and stuff. Trying to, like, make it like... Okay, he gets to choose his own adventure a little bit, but he also is allowed to fail. But I had a broader idea of version of this, but maybe we'll wait till next year.
Save it till next year. I don't get to go. I don't get to do one until I win, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just hope you thought it was fair. Yeah, I tried to.
Well, I don't know about fair. It was definitely a game. I can't deny that it was fun. In some moments. Fair, we'll see. But you're starting. Maybe you'll get to the fairness I had next year on the next Sonic
I
Movie
think it's at
Show's
least more
Christmas
fair than
special.
the Hallmark.
Listen,
Hallmark. The Hallmark.
you
gauntlet.
audience, you be the judge. You can go back to that episode and you can listen. It's an evergreen. It can last through many
That's true.
Christmas
Those are
seasons.
evergreen. You could watch all of them. Yeah.
You can watch them all on youtube.com/@SonicMovieShow. We're also on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Threads @SonicMovieShow. I'm on Twitter @EthanAbsolutely. Devon is on Twitter @CursonaFun. I need to blow my nose, so we're wrapping up. Let us know if these were painfully obvious and I'm stupid, or if you think this was extremely hard. Let us know in the comments below on this YouTube video. Until next
Shout
time.
out to David, by the way, as well.
No.
For
I mean,
blessing
yes,
us,
he helped me. But, no. I'm not shouting you out, David. I would have shouted you out if I won. Goodbye, David.
Happy holidays.
Oh, yeah, happy holidays.